Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your August 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's the Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So, let's see what we get. Okay, we have Sagittarius. So for you guys, that's your 8th house. So that relates to death, rebirth, intimacy, investments. We have Uranus, which is actually in your sign. So not too surprising to see that come up. And we have 3. So 3rd house communication. For you guys, that's Cancer. And, at the time I'm recording this, we're just wrapping up Cancer season. So but could just be saying communication is still going to be a focus for you guys in August. All right, so we'll keep those in mind and getting started with the main spread now. Yeah, a few cards come up here. All right, we have the Tower, 6 of Swords, which is Aquarius energy, 2 of Wands, Aries energy, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. All right, well, I thought there was another one, but that was it. So really what I'm seeing here with the Tower and then that 6 of Swords, looks like with the 2 of Wands and also this Knight of Pentacles, I do have to say for some of you, it looks like you might actually be deciding to leave a career that you're currently in and pursue another one. That's really what I'm seeing there, especially with this Aquarius energy, given that for you guys, Aquarius is your 10th house, so it represents moving on to something. And then with that 2 of Wands immediately after that, it looks like a fresh start. And then that Knight of Pentacles represents something tangible. So that's what I feel. I feel like this is saying that, maybe it's a career where you felt like you've grown stagnant in it. And I feel like you could be moving on to something where maybe you're allowed to incorporate your creativity into the work a little bit more. That's primarily what I'm picking up on with this energy. Now, for some of you, I do have to say that even if this happens to be something that's a bit out of your control, for a lot of you, I'm getting the feeling that this is your decision to actually move on. But even if it's something where you might feel like it's something out of your control, because that's how Tower energy can often come across, I feel like this is saying you get back on your feet really quickly and possibly even end up at a position that was better than where you're at currently. Let's see, anything else with this? And yeah, I feel like this is something you've probably been thinking over for a while too, given that for you guys, Aries energy is your 12th house. So it's could have been something that you've been thinking about for a while, possibly even going back to as far as during the Aries season. And now it actually could be coming to fruition this month. All right, in the challenger obstacle position, we have the 10 of Swords, Gemini energy, and the Queen of Wands, more Aries energy there. So yeah, to me, this is pointing it out too, which is what I was feeling, which is to say, I feel like this is something you guys have thought about for a long time, making the move, but now this would actually be you coming forward and taking that action, given that it's Aries energy. Trying to think if anything else comes to mind with that. But yeah, I mean, that's primarily what I'm seeing there. Looks like you guys would be making a change. Again, like I said, for the majority of you, even though we are seeing the Tower, I feel like the move itself might be a bit of a tower, but I feel like this is something you've thought about for quite some time, at least from what I'm seeing. In the foundation position, we have the 3 of Wands. So yeah, more Aries energy here again. So some of you might have Aries placements too, of course. Let's say if you're a Taurus Sun, it's not at all uncommon to have like a Aries Mercury or Aries Venus. But yeah, with this in the foundation position, more than anything, to me, this is another indicator. This is something you probably were waiting on for a while. So let's say, again, I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a career thing. So let's use that as an example. Let's say that you were, doing good work in your job and you were expecting to get promoted at some point, right? But for whatever reason, that promotion never seemed to come around, right? Because that 3 of Wands energy, we usually refer to it as waiting for your ships to come in. So I feel like there might have been one of those things where for a while you were just like waiting and waiting, like, okay, I'm putting in the work here. I should be seeing some kind of promotion or some kind of raise, and maybe it was just never coming along. So this could be the month where you're finally shifting out of, waiting for it to come and possibly saying, well, you know what, maybe I should just take my services elsewhere. All right. Past position, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is Libra energy here. And for you guys, that's your 6th house too, which is work, daily routines, even health too. But yeah, seeing this show up here, and she's basically pointing right toward the tower. To me, this is another indicator that this is something that you've thought about for quite some time for the majority of you. You know, I don't feel like this is going to be a sudden move, even though you'd think so with the tower. I feel like this is more of a deliberate thing. It might have just been the timing that was going to be where the sudden aspect comes into play, you know, where you make a decision like, okay, I'm definitely going to do this. And then you just decide, all right, well, now it's a matter of me figuring out when would be the right time to make the move. So it could be coming for you guys this month. Which in a way would make sense too, because we're actually going to have 2 full moons in Aquarius, which is your 10th house of career and social status. We're going to have that first one right when Leo season starts, and then we'll have the other one toward the very end. So that could be putting more emphasis on your 10th house. All right, in the present position, we have the 3 of Cups, which is Cancer energy, and the 6 of Wands, which is Leo energy. So both of these cards are very celebratory energies. So yeah, to me, this is definitely, like I said, whatever, even if it is by some chance out of your control that the job loss occurs, I feel like you guys are going to bounce back really quickly and actually probably be happier with what you do end up with. But yeah, for others of you, this could just be saying, you know, whatever the shift is, it looks like there's definitely a celebratory atmosphere around that. Could even just be, you know, spending some time with family. But yeah, as far as this Leo energy here, could just be pointing to the timeline too, of course, saying that, you know, as we're moving through Leo season, you're actually going to get that recognition. All right, in the near future position, we have the 2 of Swords, Libra energy, 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the Star card, Aquarius energy again there. So, yeah, this could just be saying that you guys probably had 2 options at play. So for some of you, could just be, do I stay at the current job or do I go to this new offer, right? Go with this new offer, rather. For others of you, could be saying, all right, I'm definitely leaving this job, but do I go to new job A or new job B? You know, so I feel like this is just one of those things where you guys are going to be thinking it over as far as where to go exactly. Some of you might even be considering going into business for yourselves. That's certainly a possibility. You might feel like something's just out of your reach at this time, or at least, you know, it's in the near future. But with that Page of Swords energy representing communication, I feel like you will see some communication and movement around that. With the 6 of Cups, it could even be going back to something you used to do in the past. That's certainly a possibility there too. And with the Star card, though, either way, I feel like this is saying whatever decisions and changes are made with the Star card here, it represents, well, actually, it's the card that comes right after the Tower. The Tower is 16 and the Major Arcana, this is 17. And usually that represents that course correction, you know, where, okay, maybe you go through something, a dissolution of ego. With that Star card, it represents being on the right path and moving in the right direction. So a lot of energy there. There's probably 20 different ways we could interpret all these energies, but that's the first one that comes to mind. For some of you, this can be around romantic connections as well, given that we do see the 6 of Cups, which is Scorpio energy, your opposite sign. And if that's the case, could just be saying that, you know, maybe this is something that's been long overdue. You've wanted to restore the stability within a connection, right? But maybe you've just been really hesitant to actually come forward and communicate that. This could be the month when you finally do it, and then you see the balance restored in that situation too. So wanted to mention that possibility as well. All right, in the position of your influence on a situation, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So seeing both of these in reverse, I feel like this is saying a bit of a withdrawal of effort on your part. So like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like this is going to be where you guys are leaving a job where maybe you felt like you weren't being given the proper opportunities that you were expecting for the amount of work that you put in. You know, this is actually the card that represents your sign here, and this is actually Capricorn energy. But yeah, I feel like this is primarily pointing to that, where you guys, I feel like it's just more of a withdrawal of effort, you know, like, okay, well, where I'm at now, they're currently not appreciating me, right, and moving forward. For others of you, if there is a brief transition time as well, it could just be saying that you might be lowering your spending for a bit. So, for example, let's say you secure a job, right? Maybe you go through a job interview and then they say, okay, your start date is September 1st, right? So then you might be doing the math in your head, like, okay, well, start date is September 1st. I won't have my first check necessarily till like September 15th, so you could just be doing a little bit of budgeting. But with these two cards showing up, I feel like they're saying that you are going to be pretty secure financially. It could just be one of those things where you might have to cut back on the spending temporarily. All right. In the environment position, we have the Five of Pentacles. So this is actually Taurus energy here, represents the first 10 degrees. Usually we refer to this card as being left out in the cold energy, right? It kind of speaks for itself with the environment we see. It looks like a snowy environment. Looks like they're going through a bit of a rough time. But yeah, I do have to say, on the one hand, I wasn't getting a huge romantic energy vibe with this, but seeing this card here, I will have to say for some of you, you might actually be leaving a connection behind that you're currently in and going to a previous connection from your past. So it could just be one of those things where you leave a connection you're currently in to reconcile with someone from your past. Now, that's probably going to be for a small percentage of you, but I did want to mention it before I forgot about it. But that aside, I feel like this is again pointing more to the environment. So let's say there's a job where you know you've been putting in a lot of work and you just felt you weren't being appreciated. You leaving that job behind could leave them in that Five of Pentacles position, right? Where, oh, okay, we didn't think that Taurus was going to leave. So now they're having to scramble to get someone to fill the position that you're leaving. For some of you, it is possible that this could be pointing to energy that's going to come your way, but I highly doubt it. Just everything I'm seeing here looks like this is going to be more of the impact of your move on others versus the actual impact that's going to have on you. So that's what I'm seeing. In the hopes or fears position, we have the World, the Empress, which is usually pointed to as a Taurus energy, and the Page of Cups. So yeah, I feel like with this showing up here, of course these are just hopes and fears, but I feel like this is saying that you're hoping for the cycle to be complete, right? Like I said, it looks like this is something you've thought about for quite some time now. Hoping to be actually appreciated and feeling secure in where you're at, right? And then with the Page of Cups, I feel like that might be a bit of a fear of yours, right? Like you might be fearful of taking the wrong offer or something along those lines. Now, if this is around romantic connections as well, like I said, you might be fearful, how your offer will be received. But from what I'm seeing there, it looks like it would be fairly positive for you guys. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, so more Aquarius energy there. Page of Pentacles in reverse, and Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, this is kind of repeating the theme that I was feeling there where I was saying it looks like you guys are going to be withdrawing your effort. So it could just be as simple as this, given that all of these came up in reverse. This being in reverse is definitely more of a positive than a negative. And then these two, okay, yeah, you'd probably rather see them in the upright. But I feel like this is, again, especially with those two swords there, I feel like this is saying if there was an offer, right, option A, option B. I feel like this is saying that you guys are going to leave that one behind that maybe they present themselves like they have a lot of potential, but you know that there isn't. So, like I said, again, that could be a romantic connection for some of you, but also two job options, right? Where you're leaving behind the one where you're like, okay, they might be promising a lot, but I know deep down, it's not going to pan out that way. So, yeah, to me, this points to you guys actually making the right decision, maybe becoming aware of any possible deception in any offers and moving away from those. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman. So I feel like this is primarily the energy you guys are probably coming into the month with, given that I was saying, with that Ten of Swords energy, this is something you guys have probably been thinking about for quite some time now. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. All right, and in general, it just represents looking at things from a different angle, getting some spiritual insight around things too. So that's another angle. Moving on to your oracle card, we have Message in a Bottle. There's the artwork. And the number is 15. So, let's see what we get there. Okay, it says communication, a sign, A Clayton pointing the way to your highest good. The Oracle's message. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by on a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. So yeah, that message there to me is another indicator, like I said, especially with that star card in the near future position too. Um, Throughout all of this, even with the more chaotic energies, it looks like you guys would be bouncing back rather quickly, regardless of what it is. So that's why for some of you, I feel like this is something you've planned anyway. For others of you, even if it is something that's a bit more out of your control, looks like you guys are going to bounce back fairly quickly. The relationship message says you can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. The signs are all there. So yeah, I mean, we did see that Six of Cups energy in the near future position, so I suppose for some of you it is possible that they would be the ones reaching out to you. I kind of saw it the other way around, but that message there means it could go either way. The prosperity message says you are on target with your purpose and your passion. You are coming into alignment with your destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact that will lead you closer to your dreams and your greatest desires. Spirit has been listening to you. So that particular message there, where it said an opportunity from old friend or business contact, that makes me think of what I was saying with that Six of Cups, where for some of you this might actually be going back to something you used to do in the past. So definitely keep an eye out for that as well. So hopefully that resonated with you. And lastly, we have a Mudra card. So the Mudra you guys got this month is this one here. It's the Prithivi Mudra, and the keyword for it is assimilation. So assimilation actually made me think of you, the thought of you being in a new environment. So this could be another indicator that for some of you might actually be switching jobs this month. But there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. And it looks like we're not getting everything in the frame there, so let's move it up so we can get the rest. Alright, but under benefits it says strengthens digestion and assimilation, helps rebuild a thin and frail constitution, creates a sense of centeredness and grounding, benefits the skin, improves the disposition, helps one adjust to any kind of change or disruption in the normal schedule or routine. Spiritually, it establishes a sense of effortless joy. So if that sounds like a mudra you think will be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of it in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. Alright, bye.